So you're welcome to Module 4, Porn Literacy. In this module, you're going to be learning why you must discuss this vital issue with your child in this period and how to go about it. One of the most defining characteristics of puberty is an increase in the gonadal steroid hormone secretion, which not only fuels sexual feelings and motivation, but may also change the sensory, the nature of the sensory of the sexual feeling and motivation experiences, and then autonomic reactivity, especially when the body is still adjusting to the changes and the hormone cycles. This may also cause some kind of irregularity. So the increase in reported sexual thoughts and behavior and irrationality found in research seems a logical consequence of this hormonal development. So likewise, the increase in tiredness could result from the adjustment to changing hormone concentration. You remember in the tenor stages, we discussed in the last module why your child is tired, per time, and why your child also have the sexual thoughts and all that. That's what we're bringing to bear here again. But let me say something to you. You must note that a lot of the times, very many times, these children have been exposed to one pornographic content or the other. Sometimes it's actually pretty bad, sometimes it's not. But what this module will do for you is to give you a heads on, and also what you need to do if your child has already started consuming porn. We're going to discuss all that in this module. But before we get in, let's take a look at the statistics. When you look at the written version of the module, you will see a long list of statistics of pornography all over the world and what it is that we have about pornography found. So let's take a look at this circle. You see that this is the online video pornography consumption that we have. 44% of children between the ages of 15 and 18 have accessed porn. 36% of children between the ages of 10 to 14 years have accessed porn. 22% of children between 10 and less. So when your children are even less at the pubertal stage, the risk of accessing porn is also there. Now, this is a study that came from Kaspersky, a statistics, a data that came from Kaspersky Kids. Kaspersky has the app where that is used for monitoring what your children are doing online. So this was what Kaspersky put together as the statistics of where your children go to when they are online. 31.3% of the time your children are on social media. Pornography will have 16.8%. 16.8% of the time, these children are on pornography. Then you have online stores that have 16.7%. And then you have the forums and chats, 8.1%. And these forums and chats also had porn issues and porn stuff that are also being thrown around, as well as our social network. Then the rest are now in smaller milliball points. So when you take a look at this, it transcends, and that's how you see. So you see that even drugs are also being searched online. So this is where your children go to online. So this is what they are, using. So this data was taken from, I think, ages 8 and about 18. So this is what Kaspersky was able to put together. Now, straight to the lesson. Lesson 1, porn facts. Today, we must educate our children about both sex and porn. Look at this. Take a look at this picture. The child is saying, I don't need you to tell me about the birds and the bees. I already downloaded it from the internet. Now, this is where we are in the world today, where the internet dictates a lot of things for us. So when we are advocating that pornography should be taught as part of sex and relationship education in school, we know what we're saying, because we've seen that these children, they have these exposures. And that said, the issue is not really about porn, but lack of our society to be able to open up in a healthy and honest conversation around sex in the real world. So if we had that, children and adults would be able to bring a real world mindset and context, to the viewing of this artificial entertainment, because it is artificial. porn is not real. So porn literacy teaches children to define pornography terms that are problematic, discuss sex testing and sexual gender dating violence, and to question the industry as a whole. The industry as a whole, to question it, to say, what exactly does the industry have for me? So we cannot continue raising a generation of children who either feel widely awkward discussing the issue or believe that it is realistic. Then they enter relationships having expectations that will never be met. So pornography is a business that will probably never cease to exist because it's a business that runs in billions of dollars. So, but the way we teach porn literacy needs to change. We need to begin to teach this thing differently. Is porn addictive? We know that when we watch porn, even as adults, there's a chemical called dopamine that's released in the brain. That's the feel-good hormone. So anytime you hear dopamine, we are referring to the feel-good hormone. So it makes you feel good. So we naturally want to keep going back to porn to get this feeling and start to crave more for it. So once you've started, it can be difficult to stop. Some young people who watch a lot of porn describe an inability to stop. So even when their porn using is impacting their schoolwork, friendship, social life, partner, everything, you will see that they are struggling. They can't, even when they want to. In a recent NSZ study with young people, 42% admitted that they would like to watch less porn, but find it hard to. Some young people also find their preference for the type of porn, changes the more they watch the porn, and their need increases. So it increases to more violent, more extreme, so that they will be able to get aroused. So there are a number of neuroscientific bases, supporting the idea that porn can be addictive. So the more you watch it, the more you're looking for, how you can, feel good, and then you continue. Take a look at this picture. This is the porn economy. Money, we're talking money. This is what the porn industry had. So that I'm showing you this so that you understand that porn is never going to end. So $2.84 billion in revenue from the US porn sites in 2006. So that's far back. So 4.6 thousand billion worldwide, and $89 per second spent on porn. Per second, not per minute. Every second, there is an average of $89. Current statistics says $100 and something spent on porn every second. So the porn industry is larger than the revenues that top tech companies combined together can ever produce. So both Microsoft, Google, Amazon, eBay, Apple, Netflix put together cannot produce the revenue that the porn economy produces worldwide. So now you see that the pornography industry is not going to go away. No, it's never going to go away. Look at some more porn facts. 90% of children ages 8 to 16 have viewed porn. These are proven statistics. The largest consumers of porn are 12 to 17-year-old boys. Boys consume porn more than girls. Porn sites comprise 12% of the internet. 70% of men ages 18 to 34 visit a porn site in a typical month. So every month they are visiting a porn site. 70%, that's high. $10 to $14 billion is spent on porn annually. The same amount the US government spends on foreign aid. The same amount. That's the amount that is spent on porn every year. 1 in 6 women struggle with porn and addiction. 1 in 6. 1 in 6. Every 1 in 6 women is struggling with porn and addiction. Every second we are having 28,258 people view porn. Wow. 28,000. We're having every second 28,258 8 people view porn, and we're having $184,500 spent on porn every minute. So every second, 28,258 people are viewing porn, and every minute we have $184,500 spent on porn every minute. 25% of the search engine requests are for porn. 25%. 25%. 50% of pastors regularly look at porn. 50%. The war is real. 38% of adults say porn is morally acceptable. These statistics were found on Real Marriage Research. Pastor, Mark, there was a research that was done on, these things. These were the statistics that were found. So imagine what our children are battling with. All right? So just take a look at it and see what exactly our children are beginning to battle with. So these are still more facts. Do you know that 9 out of every 10 boys were exposed to pornography before the age of 18? 9 out of 10. So does that sound, overwhelming? You bet. 9 out of 10 is just like 1%, out of the 9 of them. Now, take a look at these statistics again. 6 out of 10 girls are exposed to pornography before the age of 18, and we said 9 out of 10 boys are exposed to pornography before the age of 18. So this statistic shows you, all the things that you can see around porn, and the ages and the maturity level and all that. So from this, you will see that boys who have never seen porn is only 3%. Girls who have never seen porn is only 17%. Right? So when you look at these statistics and you look at this fact, you will begin to see that it's important, that our children begin to see, that we begin to teach them, the healthy kind of sexuality and not just, pornography, and begin to let them understand why porn is not the kind of, thing they should indulge in, and what they should do and how, if they find themselves in a situation where they stumble on porn.